Welcome to Who's Your New Lover? This is a clairaudient and tarot channeling where we explore who's coming into your love life next. Okay, in this reading, I'll be blending different decks and channel tools to help paint a picture of your future connection. We'll start with an oracle card to set the energetic tone. Then we'll clear old patterns with a relationship cue card, move through 6 tarot positions to understand your new person, hear from interfering voices in the background, and finally close with my channeled Who Are They cards for personal details. Take what resonates and leave the rest. This is a timeless collective reading. So I'm starting off with an oracle card, and this first card sets the energetic frequency, okay, around your next lover. It gives us the vibe of how you've been guided so far, how you're being guided, what spirit wants you to trust, or what subtle clues are already showing up in your intuition. And I'm going to go through the descriptions a little bit more as we go during the first reading for Aries, but I'm going to condense it a little bit by only repeating this once. So if you need instructions as you go, in subsequent readings, you'll need to refer back to the introduction. So here we go with the oracle card for Aries. I may try to go a little bit more quickly than I have been in the other readings, only because, it's a lot of them to get 12, and I get very excited and I want to read a whole lot, Aries, so. All right. And this is the Trust Your Vibes Oracle deck by Sonia Choquette. Okay, for Aries, what do we have? Okay, let me make an adjustment here just a little bit. All right. So we have Pray. Okay. Pray, card number 31. The number 31 could be significant to you. Doesn't have to be. But we have Pray. Okay, so pray just means the obvious, doesn't it? That if you're looking for love, looking for new love, whatever your situation is, which we're going to clarify here with a relationship situation card. This card will reveal old patterns, wounds, or situations to release before the new relationship arrives. So like baggage to be unpacked or the cycle to be cleared so you can step forward with open energy. All right, and then we'll combine the two. Okay, so for Aries, we have single, lonely, or wanting out. I want to start over, but I don't know how. These are messages, obviously, you could tell that I have channeled at different times, and I've condensed them into sets that I can work with for different readings. So it looks like you're praying about a situation where either you're single or lonely or wanting out. And it really gives me the vibe that there's going to be a large swath of you that resonate more with wanting to start over because you're in a relationship that you're not comfortable with, okay? So now we're going to move into the Tarot of the Modern Witch. I'm going to be drawing 6 cards. And for your first card, the person who's coming towards you, what are they up to right now? This is the card that we're going to be drawing. Aries, I hope everything is going your way. I know that times are tough in so many different ways for so many of us. Okay. Aries, what is your next lover up to right now? What are they focused on? in their current life, their priorities, their energy, and their life stage. All right. Doesn't really want to pull, does it? Okay, so card number one, what are they up to right now? Your new person is up to a lot of work. It could be that your new person is going through something. Maybe your new person is pushing through a project. Maybe they are having a rough go of things. That's why I got that energy in the beginning that, things are hard for a lot of us right now. So for position two, what was their last relationship like? This card will uncover the energy of their most recent connection, lessons learned, and what they may still carry forward. So what was their last relationship like, Aries, for your next person, your new person, the person coming in? Wow. Okay, so we have the Eight of Wands reversed. The Eight of Wands reversed for what their last relationship was like. Maybe it was a relationship that started and didn't quite get off the ground, or it kept coming back to starting over. There could be a situation where the relationship that they were in, they tried to launch it, have to come right back down. Somebody may have ridden a motorcycle. Free falling is significant, the song. All right, so for card three, and what are they truly looking for in their next relationship? This card describes what your new lover genuinely seeks in their next relationship, emotional needs, desires, and hopes. All right. Card number three, for what are they truly looking for in their wow. We're only going to take the top one. Okay, so what they're looking for is a new beginning. I read that card in the context of the 10 and the 8, that they're looking for a situation where they don't have to feel like they're being watched. You could have a relationship coming in with somebody who had somebody micromanaging them, spying on them, going through their phone, looking at their emails, going through every little thing, digging through all their crap. uh, I'm not going to say stalking them on social media, because whenever you get interested in a person, you might look at their social media. I mean, if it's somebody that you met, you better don't just, try to stay in the real world. I know that if you're very young, it is a novel thing to meet people online, but it can be quite dangerous. Okay. All right. So they're looking for somebody that they don't have to watch over their shoulder for all the time, like not somebody who's stalking them. All right. So for card number four, and what challenges or lessons they are still carrying. And this card will point to struggles or wounds or patterns that they may still be navigating, and what could surface in your connection as it relates to what they're still carrying around. Okay, so card number four, for what challenges or lessons are they still carrying? Seems like it landed right over here. So I think that they're definitely carrying something from their past relationship. Well, for the challenges, now if they shared real property like real estate or significant assets, they're maybe wrapping that phase up. Maybe they're trying to divide up assets, etc. And maybe what the challenge is that the person from the past keeps coming back. It would be very easy for me to say childhood wounding, but I mean, who isn't walking around with, well, everybody gets raised, don't they? And some of them, some of us more fortunately than others. I always think about the stories about a child from a difficult city in Illinois, and going through the worst, and having the least resources, who turns out to be a doctor because he decided to. Okay, I think that's more about like he's really hoping that the burden isn't that person from the past keeps coming back to interfere with the present. Okay, so for card number five, and what will they like most about you? This card will show the qualities in you that your new lover will be drawn to, and what makes you stand out and why they're attracted. All right, so for card number five, what will they be so drawn to you about? What will they like about you? My hands just don't want to do the thing. Okay, there it is. Oh, okay. So what they're really going to like about you, you're a breath of fresh air, that you're grounded in the real world. What they're really going to like about you is that this is going to feel like a real beginning, a new beginning in a tangible way that gives them security, that makes them feel like you could grow together. I think what they're really going to like about you is that you're grounded, that you're practical. For some of you, you're a student. Okay, so for the sixth card, and what is the potential for success? This card speaks to the long-term potential of the relationship, whether it can grow strong and stable or serve as a stepping stone. All right. What is the potential for, whoa, okay. What is the potential for this relationship? I thought I had one fly over there, but it did not fly that way. Somebody fly. Somebody could be a pilot. Somebody could like flying. Somebody could be a pair of pliers. All right. Let's see. What is the potential for success? All right. What is the potential for success? I want to, there it is. Okay, so Seven of Swords in reverse. So as it relates to the potential for success, as long as everybody is open, honest, as long as everybody in the relationship, which, why am I saying everybody? It's just two people. Okay, so as long as both of you are open, honest, and upfront, and not sneaking around, not sharing too much information, not being strategic, that the relationship has great potential, because the Seven of Swords in reverse is really not having a need to be strategic, not being strategic. So my advice there is that when you meet this person, that you're just upfront, be the Page of Pentacles, be new, be novel, be practical, just be yourself. You'll know how to be, okay? Just don't try to be somebody that you're not. Now we're going to move into the conversation card. So let's tune into, I hate to put it this way, but I will, into the outside noise. These are the echoes of exes, gossip, or even family that interferes. It doesn't mean that they'll stop this relationship, but it does show the kind of interference that may swirl around your connection. All right. I left you before you could leave me. You could have, okay, so this could be directly from their ex. Their ex could be interfering, saying, actually, he or she didn't leave me. I left them. I can't access your energy anymore. Well, of course not. Those wands are falling back down. Definitely giving me the vibe that this is going to be interference, or that there could be interference. Your job is to not focus on this. This is just for fun, okay? But your job should always be, look, okay, I'm going to put it out there for the first time for everybody who hears this. Whether you want to listen to Aries or not, you didn't. If you listened, you get the information. If you don't get the information. Let the relationships from the past, the prior relationships, do not belong in the current relationship. If you still feel the need to talk to a new love partner about the old love partner, there's a problem. All right, that means that you're still not really quite over it. Okay, we're human. It's not like you're going to completely forget that your ex was an asshole or whatever, but it don't infuse the new relationship with that energy. Okay, so why are you ignoring me? Right there with the Page of Swords. I'm pretty sure that their ex is gonna, it's gonna be in that mode, right? People get a little bit butthurt, a little bit chapped. And that gives you confirmation that your new lover, when they show up, and if the ex tries that, they're gonna ignore him. I thought you were like everyone else. Oh my gosh. So you could have family member, because it fell on the Six of Cups, or somebody from the past, could be siblings, could be anybody, but somebody that they know could say that, well, you're not special. You're just like everybody else. Okay, so on the Page of Pentacles, I know you don't want to see me because you are seeing somebody new. You'll be seeing that new person. You'll be seeing the new Aries. I think that's why your person with the pray, they could be in prayer, they could be prayerful. You could energetically send prayers. You could send prayers to your new person to say, whoever you are out there in the world, my twinkle, twinkle little star, how I wonder what you are. I'm praying for you so that you can be free from these bonds. All right. Seven of Swords in reverse. Except this is crazy. Spirit is amazing. I am not a pillar in my community. Okay, so other people are going to say that they either are not a pillar in the community and they don't deserve to be with somebody like you, or that you are not a pillar in the community. Oh, wait, I was going to leave these here because we're going to move into who are they? So these cards, often describe physical traits, lifestyle clues, or energy signatures of the person. So think of this as spirit's little hints about who your new lover may be. These are completely channeled messages at different times and different stages, so hopefully all of them in this group will be, because I just grab blindly so that we get whatever. One of them in another pile is standing out to me, so I'm just going to grab it. Okay, let's take it. Somebody drinks coffee all day. Your new lover may be a coffee aficionado. Okay, are there two here? Yeah, your new lover may be a bodybuilder. Your new lover may be a stewardess. Your new lover may be an older woman. Polestar, Gothenburg, Sweden. So your new lover could be from Sweden or just could be very foreign. Okay. Oh, this card. I don't really know why that's in there, but we're going to keep. Okay, so angel number 211 could be significant to you. I think I did leave them in there I'm pretty sure I did. Your new lover, Aries, could have H in their name. Let's see, that's 6. Let's throw one more down on that 211 because 211 is resources, right? You call that number when you need help or you need a question, you need some kind of assistance. Okay. Whoops. Your new lover could have thinning hair. It wanted to come out with tattoos. Who doesn't have tattoos anymore? All right, so let's move along. All right. All right. I don't want to say the Taurus word until we get there so that I remember. Gosh. All right, moving along to Taurus. All right, Taurus, if you need the instructions, they will be in the introduction descriptions of what I'm doing here. You'll need to listen to the introduction, okay? All right, so Taurus can't pick it up. All right. For your oracle card, all right, so your energetic frequency, Taurus. See the solution. The number 46 could be significant to you, Taurus. All right, for your relationship situation, the patterns or wounds or situations to release before the new lover comes in. And we have relationship situation, single, lonely, or wanting out. I want to start over, but I don't know how. I just got that. I feel like I know, but I'm going to leave it because that happened in Aries. All right, let's just make sure. All right, Taurus, for your new lover, the person coming in next. All right, I feel better about that. We have Gemini. So your next lover could be a Gemini, could have mercurial traits. I'm searching for a partner who keeps me curious, who talks with me late into the night and never lets the spark of discovery fade. Again, these are completely channeled messages at different times, different spaces and places, and I put them into a workable format. So let's go to your 6 tarot cards and make sure that these are shuffled up enough. I've been really enjoying using, oh, by the way, that oracle card, if you didn't notice, if you didn't listen to the intro, Trust Your Vibes by Sonia Choquette. They're very old. I've had them forever. Okay. And this is Tarot of the Modern Witch. It's working very well for these types of readings. I really just love not just the symbolism, but the shade and the tones. All right, so for your card number 1, what is your new person up to right now? What are they focused on? At this, wow, that card, wow, this is, you may be connected to an Aries. All right, so 10 of Wands in reverse. They're letting go of burdens. They're trying to let go. They're trying to really drop burdens. You know, they're trying to clear their path so that they could come into a new relationship. For card, we're going to take the top one. For card number 2, and what was their last relationship like? This card talks about, you know, maybe they were in a relationship where they had to keep returning to it or they couldn't get away from it. Now, with the wanting out card, they may have recently returned or are still in a relationship that seems a bit burdensome. You know, sometimes it's psychological. I mean, I'm going to speak for myself, but I'm sure plenty of people have been in relationships where until we're healed and we can make sense of the whole thing, we can't get away. We keep going back, you know, unless you've got a different situation and you're trying to structure, you know, when you're going to leave or how you're going to safely do it under different circumstances. I'm not picking up any kind of DV or anything like that. All right. For your third card, what are they truly looking for in their next relationship? I keep flipping out in 2s. No, I don't feel comfortable with that. Should have really, there, this one. Okay, so what are they looking for? This is very similar to you. You've got some resonance here, Taurus with Aries, because it's the same energy as what I'm seeing, the energy signature. So for card number 3, what they're truly looking for in their next relationship is not having to be guarded, not having to feel on guard, not having to feel like they've got to watch over their shoulder. They really want to drop their guard. They want to lower their walls. You know, they want to have like a knee wall and not a wall that, you know, reaches frickin' outer space. Okay. So for card number 4, card number 4 will represent the challenges or lessons that they are still carrying. Okay, it doesn't mean anything wrong. You know, that's just what they're working on. We're all a work in progress. Okay, that's a beautiful part of just being alive. The goal is not to achieve as much as you can quickly so that you can get, you know, badges and bows. And, you know, that's great if you collect them along the way. When you're dead, nobody cares. Everybody will forget your name. All right. If you write a book and if it's good enough, people will remember that, you know, for a time. Right. But this is a hyperactive society. Very, you know, attention diverse. Okay. So, wow, that fell onto my lap. I'm not going to take it yet. Okay, so for card 4, what challenges or lessons they're still carrying? Going to take the top one. Okay, so 6 of Pentacles in reverse. You know, they're learning how to be reciprocal, how to be balanced, how to give and take. Maybe they're even learning how to be a better to become more versed in love languages. Everybody has a different love language, and at different stages of our lives it changes. You know, when I was going through a lot of wicked times in a haunted house in the middle of nowhere, acts of service, I had a boyfriend that was tremendous about this. He just was, on his birthday, he was installing a window in my house. He took it, had it all put together, and, installed it for me. So your person is learning to be more reciprocal, to just be more balanced, maybe even learning to balance their finances. For card 5, what will they like about you? That's nice. This is the qualities that they're going to really like. And you've got the High Priestess. Doesn't matter male or female at all. What they really will like about you is that maybe you're adept at technology, that you're really good with tech. What they're going to like is your intuition, that you're balanced, that you're not the loudest person, that you know when to, remain quiet. You know how to keep secrets. They really will like that about you. When you're able to keep secrets, nobody likes anybody who pillow talks, okay? So when somebody, you know what I'm talking about, pillow talk, not just random something here or there. I mean, when somebody really talks to their next partner about you, and, you could just really tell more about a person. I'll tell you what. You can really learn a lot about a person, about the way that they talk about their ex. That doesn't mean to say that they shouldn't express their opinion or tell you, I'm so frustrated, like somebody's going through divorce and they need to vent on, about that, or, they've got custody issues that linger. I mean, you know what I mean? Just people who suck. There's people like that. I've met people like that. Okay, so for card number 6, and what is the potential for success? This card will speak to the long-term potential here. I'm going to take the top one. Excellent. Excellent prospect for long-term potential. I really want to adjust this mic, and I don't know if I should do it just right now. Hang on just a second. Should I do it? Do I do it? Yeah, I think I'm going to. Pardon me. It's, I have a different, whoa, hang on. I don't want to drop this. I have a different setup right now. Oh, well, that was part of the problem. Okay, so for those of you that didn't have the best audio experience here for Aries and part of Taurus, I'm sorry. I'm not even going to tell you what I did there. Okay, so we're going to move on to the conversation cards, and we're going to tune into the outside noise. So this is what other people in their life could say about them being in a relationship with you. I'm really sorry about the audio. I had just changed something here, and all right. So what someone on the outside, I'm a selfish, money hungry motherfucker, and I love it. Okay, so somebody's going to tell you, gosh, I really want to move this out of the way, that your new person is a selfish, money-hungry motherfucker. Like, how else can I put it? Somebody's going to tell you that. I mean, look, that's just if you let that kind of crap reach you, that's on you. Just don't listen. Don't talk about it. I mean, you can't avoid their family if you can't get, because if it wouldn't be their friends that would be talking to you that way. All right. Because that's not friends. I'm not your mother. Okay, so somebody's going to tell you that your new person has mommy issues or wants you to mother them. I don't care. I mean, look, okay, so they're going to say that somebody's going to say, well, maybe it's, I don't know. I could see that easily with the male, right? Well, he's a mama's boy. Okay, okay. I can't breathe. Okay, now, yes, I kind of channeled this, but once upon a time, somebody told me this. Somebody wanted to lick chocolate sauce off my body. That's what they told me. I want to lick chocolate sauce off of your body. So I think that somebody in their family is going to tell you that, or your family. I don't know. I think this is what this person's going to tell you. They're going to tell you they want to lick chocolate sauce off your body. If you want to know, I'll tell you exactly which one you could get. Okay. So I want to do this wrong. Somebody in the external field of dumbasses is going to tell you that this person just basically self-sabotages every relationship. And I put you through so much, and every day I think of what I did to you. So somebody's going to try to say that this person has a habit of treating every relationship like crap and putting people through everything and then love bombing and apologizing. That's what that card means. I don't like you that way. Okay, so that's pretty obvious, right? Somebody's going to try to say, if they, like I said, don't let this information in too far, that look, they don't really like you that way. You know, doesn't that sound like that would come from some jealous bitch? That's what it sounds like to me. All right, so let's go to who are they? These are going to be some conversations, not conversations, but channeled messages about, you know, everything that could indicate what a person will be like so that you will know who this next relationship is. Wow. Somebody could be from Cuba, or they could be very foreign or from an island. I'm Cuban. Okay, somebody could be born in the Chinese year of the pig, or they could like pork, right? Maybe they're a little bit piggy and they don't really clean up after themselves. Well, who cares? That's not a deal breaker. Here we go again. Somebody's definitely... Somebody's definitely from Cuba. So Taurus, I don't know. What are you doing Friday night? Kidding you. Okay, so somebody is from Cuba and I'm talking to Taurus. Oh gosh. Okay, so let's get another one. Wow, this is just going to be too funny for me. Are there two here? Someone who is internet famous. Somebody who's a rebel. Sorry about that banging sound. I know it's really annoying. I'm not going to say a word, but you know, you don't want to do that to people when you're listeners. Somebody born in the 60s could be significant. Just because we got two Cuba cards, like let's get one more. Somebody with a very clean house. So somebody who keeps a very clean house probably likes pork or was born in the year of the pig. That is too funny to me. Somebody in the 1960s or the 1960s could be relevant. Okay. So we're going to clean this up. So Taurus, sounds like you're going to have a very exciting, like a Cuban person. Oh, wait. Let me just separate these. I want to make sure that they don't come out again. I don't know if I did that for the last conversations. I may not have. And I know some of you would probably like to see those again. And there could be cards that repeat in there. But I really want to make it as varied as possible. So let me make a space over here for those. All right. Some of these cards I do use again because obviously there's only so many different paths to channel what particular problems are. If you would like a reading from me, please feel free to visit ritayanez.com, or you can clink. Clink, clink. Somebody's going to get married. You may want to click on the links below. Okay, you can have a private reading with me on the phone, and you can order a pre-recorded video. All right. I also offer coaching sessions. Those are also on the phone. All right. I don't want to speak yet the name. Oh, I got to make room here. I can't really, it's hard to pick up some of these cards on this surface. Okay. So moving on to Gemini. Sorry about that noise. Like I said, there's one particular person who slams these cards around every time on YouTube. And I'm just like, wow, you don't know how much that hurts. So I'm sorry to do that to you. I'm sorry if you have a little bit of a hearing sensitivity. And really, it isn't always about hearing sensitivities, is it? It's about, the device in your freaking ear. Okay. So Gemini, who will your next lover be? All right. So your oracle card. Gemini, who will you, and you guys are going to have to flip and switch, genders and roles as I speak them. Of course, you know that you're not stupid. All right. Who will your next lover be, Gemini? Wow, I can't. Maybe somebody doesn't know how to get into a next relationship. I can't hold these. These cards are huge, you know. Let me try to find a better way to do this without hurting my wrists. All right, let's see. Who will your next relationship be? Okay, I'm really sorry. I'm trying to avoid channeling because I don't want to expend that much energy in that way. The fappening is significant to somebody. That's all I'm going to say. Make a note of it. Okay, so your next relationship, the number 34, could be significant. Could involve somebody that you could be messaging, that you could be, I mean, they could be a scribe, right? Okay, these oracle cards are just, you know, to have them there and to give us cues, okay? So you may already be aware or in love with somebody, Gemini. Make a note of it. Okay, because I'm looking at that art and I see the angel guiding, you know, so maybe the person that you're going to have a relationship with next, you are already being divinely guided to actively present as in now. Okay. For your relationship situation card to tell us what patterns or wounds you need to release before that person comes in. Wow, this card again. Is everybody, well, I mean, I guess everybody, if you're looking, you're probably single, right? You should be. Okay, for the most part, please, right? That card keeps coming out. Okay, so let me do this. You know, that's the one about wanting out. Is everybody like it's cuffing season just about now, right? Okay, so is everybody just like, well, it's okay if I'm already cuffed. Let me cuff up again. Okay, here, at least here in the United States, we don't do polygamy, okay? Unless you're part of some weird frickin' cult somewhere on the edge of the universe or Utah. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. Oh boy, where children are harmed and people are trapped. Okay, they're not LDS, that's FLDS, and you know hopefully they go away. Okay, so I am not even kidding right now, so I'm going to have to honor this. Okay, so Gemini, your relationship situation is that you're single, lonely, or wanting out. I want to start over, but I don't know how. So, I mean, granted, it could be that you want to start over and you don't know how to go about doing it, or maybe you're older and you really don't know how that works. Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm very traditional. You know, so I'm not going to be the person asking anybody out. Okay, what I mean? That person will have to come in with the magic code and they will have to figure out what that code or combination is for me because, you know, now I'm at the stage of life where I could tell you this is how it worked perfectly for me to let the next person come in with the correct dialogue. Okay, Gemini, don't take bumbling idiots, please. And what I mean by that, I'm not even being funny about it. Like if somebody is like stupid and they get on your nerves or they're misbehaving, stupid isn't cute for very long. Okay? When a person is dumb as a box of rocks, and I'm not trying to talk about intellectual differences. I'm talking about like they can't think themselves through or out of a situation, or they panic about everything. I don't know why I'm getting that with you. Maybe you were with somebody who was just like that, dumb as a box of rocks. You can't solve your problems, or you run away from your problems. You know, people who run away from their problems or don't face them or don't follow through in relationship dynamics or situations, or I don't know. I'm getting that you were dealing with someone or are dealing with somebody who, you know, they would rather basically shut you down before you could have a conversation. Gemini, are you know, you could be, okay, I said I wasn't going to channel like that. Okay. All right. So we're going to pull the 6 cards. So the first card, which is going to tell us what is your new lover, your new person, what are they up to right now? Wow. They're spying on you, or your new lover is a high priestess. Maybe the person that you're in love with is a psychic who works from home, sits on a computer, and has lovely wall art. Okay. Oh, I didn't even speak that yet, so I better put that back. Okay, so for card 2, now it could also be that the person, you know, what are they up to? They may work at home and they may be a professional or paraprofessional. It doesn't have to be. It could just be that that they're very quiet, that they have a very private life, that they don't associate with too many people. That's a smart thing because people are freaking weird. Okay. All right. So now for card number 2, and what was their last relationship like? I'll try not to bump these cards too hard. What was their last relationship like? Okay. What was their most recent connection and what might they still carry forward? Oh, okay. So the person that you are interested in, or I shouldn't say interested because they're the person coming in. I mean, maybe you've already met them. That's true. Okay. So that person may be going through some financial issues or rebuilding their finances or trying to rebuild their finances, or, maybe they have black nail polish. I don't know. But to me, it seems like they're trying to start over and they're having a rough time of it. The potential is there with that, Ace, as always, they are seeds, but they're trying to basically recreate their life financially. All right. That one jumped out. Okay, so for the third position, and what are they truly looking for in their next relationship? What is the person who's your next lover? Okay, so they want to be with somebody who isn't a lot of work. They also don't want to be with somebody who's just routine and boring. Same thing, different day, every day, over and over and over and over and over. They would much rather be with somebody who's fun and different. Maybe they work in a little bit of a nomadic way, or of course, those are 2 cards that could indicate that they're working from home or are some kind of an artist or artisan or musician, like that 8 of Pentacles sitting in a chair like that could indicate that they're a painter, an artist, a writer, whatever they do. I can see how a very creative person doesn't want to be with somebody who's completely boring. One thing is, and to have a foundation and an exciting life is like the extra, right? I'm not talking about people that are flakes and can't keep it together, or, people that, don't have a baseline. Okay. You know what I mean? Okay, so for card number 4, what challenges or lessons are they still carrying? What have they learned? What are they learning? All right. People are often, at the tail end of just, look, work in progress. Always remember that we are all works in progress and we change every day. All right. We grow and we should encourage each other to grow and develop and be different and to try different things. Okay. Oh, okay. So, Gemini, the person coming in for you is learning how to control their anger. They may have already worked on that. Of course, I'm not advocating for anyone to get into an unhealthy situation. I'm just saying, and did you hear that I was saying that everybody changes? So this person may not, you never want to judge a person for who they were in the past. Look at this difference here between them showing up in high priestess energy and in the past, maybe reckless or too quick to anger or, whatever. I'm not talking about, psychosis or any problems with the psychology. I'm just talking about somebody that was maybe too hot tempered or something. All right. So that's what they have been working on. Remember, don't judge anybody by their past. Neither would you judge a book by its cover. That would be foolish. All right. So for card number 4. Wait, that was card number 4. So card number 5, what will they like about you? I've got a kung fu grip. Okay. What they're going to like is that you're very in tune with nature, that you are very nurturing, very loyal, very grounded, again, with a grounding energy. They're also, what they are going to like about you is that, again, you're not so structured. You're not so predictable. You're not so routine. But the Queen of Pentacles is mature energy. So they like that you are mature. Don't worry about it being in the reverse too much. I'm just picking up on other cues as I go. So they're going to like that you're a bit more spontaneous. Doesn't mean that you have to be crazy, although young people can be very crazy. So if you're young, hi, crazy. I love you guys. We were all young. I was young too. Okay. Okay. So for your, for your 6th card, And what is the potential for success with this new lover? Well, speaks for itself, doesn't it? Okay, now what are we moving into? Oh, we're moving into the conversation cards. Oh, okay, so let's see what the external people, so haters, what would haters say? This could be just about anybody. Again, if you would like more clarification on why I'm doing this, please watch the introduction. All right. Oh, my heart stopped beating when you left. That's coming directly from them. The new person. Now, this is coming from, it's supposed to be from the external. Oh, it could also mean that it could just be like, look, this is very positive energy. So, it could just be that they're going to feel this way as soon as you guys come together. Okay, and on that Ace of Pentacles, we have, I'm praying for forgiveness. So maybe somebody really fucked them over. You know what I mean? Or, it could be, because this is coming from the external. I have to remind myself that. So, somebody's going to, if they were to interfere, that's what they would be saying. Like, please forgive me. I want you back. I see the future with you. Okay. All right, so your person's ex or other family member could be saying that they don't see a future with you, and I wanted you isolated with that Knight of Swords. Other people are going to say, oh no, he or she is too controlling and angry. Well, they obviously worked on that. Like, you get to meet a person fair and square. You don't need to know who they were before you met them, because you'll learn about them later. I'm not talking about concerning things like if you already know that they've got some deficiency, like some kind of mental illness or something like that going on. Okay, we never judge anybody for what they can't control, but that doesn't mean we need to be in a relationship with people that are mentally ill. All right, so you are so humble. I think, to me, it really seems like, look, that Nine of Cups, I want to see it like this. I really feel like the people around him, like family, around that person and friends, are really going to like you. I have to call it that way. That's what it looks like to me. All right. Now let's get some cards from Who Are They? Okay, so these are going to describe the physical traits. This could be lifestyle clues, could be anything. Some of it could be funny. So, prepare yourself. Somebody could be from Nebraska. Oh, we have Bohemian Grove. Somebody could be in the military. Somebody could be a federal agent, a CIA. Somebody could be into politics. All right, high level politics. Okay, now high level, for most of us, it doesn't have to be somebody who knows exactly what, why, how, Bohemian Grove and an L. This could also mean that it's your local mayor, okay? I don't know. We have angel number 1111, could be significant to you. A lake could be associated with them. Ooh, Goa, India. This person may be from India. This person may be very foreign. Okay. This person may have teenager. And this person drinks soda all day. Okay. All right. I hope that helps you there, Gemini. Let's see. What time are we at? Okay. Moving on. Oh, I think I was making separate piles. I don't want to say the name so that I don't get confused. Let me get these out of the way. Oh. All right. Moving on. Aries, Taurus, Gemini to Cancer. All right. Cancer. How are you doing, Cancer? Let me get these out of your way so that you don't focus on those. Okay, Cancer, if you need the instructions, go back to the introduction. You can follow the timestamps that will be there. All right, so Cancer, your oracle card. I'm trying not to. It's really annoying. I know it when people bang the cards and make serious, heavy noises. I mean, there could be noises, but I'm trying to avoid that for you, okay? I wonder, there's a feature I may have turned off. I'll have to see. I'll see if there's anything too terrible. I'll try to take it out in post-production there. All right, so Cancer, your oracle card. These are really big. That's what he said. Cancer, your next person could have an excellent sense of humor, okay? I'm sorry. Cancer. Oracle card for Cancer. This person's going to be funny. Learn. Okay, the number 19 could be significant to you. And let's get, where'd I put it? If I could figure out where it went. What the heck? Oh, okay. Did I do that? Yeah, I did. All right, let's get to the relationship situation. So the oracle card is just a little starting point. Relationship situation just could indicate what you need to release before this next person could come in. Okay, sometimes I'll feel it from their perspective. That's what she said. Boy, why is this? Okay, let me get a little water part of it just a moment. I'm just your next person could be a comedian. Oh my gosh, I like somebody who's going to make you just laugh. Watch. Okay, don't we need that? Doesn't everybody want that? Like, nobody wants to be with somebody, especially like if you meet somebody who's like fake, kind of funny, and they're not funny, but everybody has to kind of laugh because they think they're funny because they're delulu. All right, so what you need to work on, we have Cancer. So the next person could be a Cancer, or Cancer could be significant. I need someone who values home, heart, and family, who understands that that love is my greatest protection. So you're going to need to work on trusting that you'll be safe because you will make wise choices. Okay, so don't worry about that too much. I do understand why you'd say that, though. Okay, I feel that same way. You know, maybe what you're working on is having to protect yourself and not wait for somebody else to protect you. Okay, although in a relationship, of course, you should expect that, you know, you have each other's backs and that, you know, your person would never put you in harm's way or hurt you, you know, because like, okay, so arguments can happen, but a relationship where somebody doesn't protect you is the biggest red flag of them all. If somebody puts you in significant danger, I'm telling you, take this to the bank. I'm going to use the traits, narcissistic personality traits. They don't care. At that point, they only care about their ego and what tiny part of their ego is bruised. Okay. Or if you're not responding, I don't know why I'm saying that. Hey, wait a second. Aries, Taurus, Gemini. We are in Cancer, aren't we? And you pulled your own card? Oh, now I'm confused. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer. Oh, well, if I do Cancer again, you get a double bonus. Because Cancer, did you just pull your own card? Okay. Don't be a stick in the mud, Cancer. Mm-hmm. All right, so let's get 6 cards. All right, so the first card is, what is your new lover up to right now? Ooh, they're getting over something. They're getting over something. They've been through a lot of stress. They could have been having nightmares. Could be very stressful. It doesn't have to be about relationships, just something stressful. Ooh, they're going through, with the death card, they're going through an end and a transformation of some kind. With card number 2, what was their last relationship like? You can feel very certain it is over. Okay, there isn't lingering stuff. Ooh, and ooh, this looks good. Okay, and for the 10 of Pentacles, that's card number 3. What are they truly looking for in their next relationship? Well, Cancer, they want somebody stable. They want a home. They want a family. It doesn't matter if you're already older and past having children and you're on your second, third, fourth, whatever marriage or incarnation, or if you're widowed, they want family. Maybe they have children and they want to bring everybody together so that Christmas is freaking outrageous fun, and so that you watch the kids have fun, and Halloween, you dress them all up so that, half of them could have tantrums and 2 of them are throwing up, and it's hilarious. Okay. They're looking for home and family. They would like something very stable, something that could be very, very stable. They want a legacy. So for card number 4, the challenges or lessons that they're still carrying. 2 of Pentacles in reverse, the pulling taffy card for me. So what they're learning is to be more flexible. They're learning, they've learned, they're on the path of flexibility, of multitasking, of staying calm, no matter what's going on in life. They're learning that, things are not as difficult as we sometimes pretend them to be. Okay, things are not always so challenging. They could also be trying to make their finances stretch. Okay, so now with card number 5 and what they will like about you, qualities that they will like about you. Ooh, see that? They're going to really like that you are stable, that you are calm, that you are trustworthy, that you're reliable. And that's something that you really like, Cancer rising, significant Cancer placements. I mean, unless this is a second reading, I don't want to stop it just to check that. Okay. Now for what is the potential for success, the long-term potential, which is exactly what they want. The World card. I'm not taking these necessarily upright or reverse. They would like a relationship that never ends, because the World is a card that's an end. They also want a relationship that will go many cycles, not just start and end. The World is completion. The World in reverse is a card that's incomplete. So for what the potential is, the truth is out there that they really would like, first of all, the potential is great. The potential is great. And they would like a relationship that does not end. All right. They would like it to be a forever thing. Okay. So let's get the conversation cards and what they would like to say. Or no. This isn't what they'd like to say. This is what any naysayers basically could say. I am stalking you. So somebody could say that, oh gosh, be careful because he or she is a stalker. I will make my presence felt until the day you die. I guarantee you that somebody in their life is going to say that they're a freaking stalker, and they're probably not stalking at all because we got the death card. It's a lie. Okay, I pretend to be a Christian, but I sure as hell am not. Somebody's going to say that they are a fake Christian, that they don't love Jesus, that they're not, religious or spiritual, that they're just holier than thou, do as I say, not as I do. Again, right on the 10 of Pentacles, I don't believe it. I'm with someone I can't stand, but if I leave, I fear what others will say about my failed, that's supposed to say relationships. Okay, I don't believe that either because of that death card. And we have our souls, our eternal companions. Somebody's going to try to say, well, you can't be with them because we're soulmates. So you need to just kind of please stay in your lane because we're fixing. No, baloney, it's over. Okay, I don't care if you hate me. I need to talk to you. Yes. Okay, so if there's any interference, Cancer, it's going to be from like an ex, somebody. Oh, I was going to leave them there, but let's just go straight to this. And let's get some features about them. So you get what I'm saying, right, Cancer? Okay.
All right. Some attributes, something that some of these could be funny. So has a turtle. What I say? Maybe they have a turtle. They could have poor personal. I think this is a joke. Okay, so their name could have the letter X, or they don't want you to know what their name is. Yes. Yes, I was going to say X. I don't know. I hope this isn't your X. Okay, somebody could be from Afghanistan or be Afghani. You could have served in Afghanistan, could be in the military. The year 1949 could be significant. Something about the water or being on the water will be significant. Let's get a few more. They could be from frickin' Mars, okay? So that's very masculine. That's very aggressive energy. 6 to 8 months could be significant. Oh, okay. We'll take them both. 2011, oh, there's 3. Could be significant. You have the original document. I don't know what that means. That shouldn't be there. And the seductress. Okay, so let me get this out of that pile before I forget. Okay, so Cancer, if you got 2 readings, then it's because that's what Spirit wanted. Okay. And as I say this, you know, sometimes if I never really mention the X in these, because I would like it to be about a new person for you, but I had a slip of the tongue there. Oh my gosh, no pun intended. You know, that person, maybe they want to lick the chocolate off of you. I don't know. You'd have to see another reading for that one. Okay, so moving on to Leo. Let's see if I could get Leo in here. I don't know how much time I have. All right. Can't pick up the card. Gotta slide. The card slide, slip and slide. Okay. All right. So Leo, who is your next person? Let's get your oracle card. Try not to make those loud, annoying noises there. Oh, you got, no, I'm going to shuffle that again because we just got learn. I know that cards could repeat, but I really want to be fair about that. And hopefully, you know, I'm monitoring a lot of noises here while I'm recording this, but the features that I have on this equipment should take that away. I know I'm so sensitive when other readers are slamming those cards down that I don't want to do that to you because if you're wearing earbuds, I mean, it could rattle your brain. Okay. All right. So Leo, we have downtime from the rat race, huh? The number 3 could be significant for you. All right, let's get your relationship situation just to check in on what it is that you may need to release, okay, before the new person comes in. What do you need to release? Okay, we've got relationship situation, power struggles, or control issues, created imbalance. Okay, so what you're going to need to release and work on is not to engage. You're probably working through that in power struggles or control, okay, because it will create an imbalance. So you want to keep working on that. Okay, I know that's easier said than done. Okay, sometimes, but that's just what we do. You are a work of art. You are a work in progress. I saw the Hierophant peeking out in there. All right, just letting you know. Okay. I think it was in reverse. I didn't really look because I wasn't thinking that way. Okay, so let's get 6 cards. So the first card, and what are they up to right now? This card is going to tell us about what they're doing. What are they up to? We have the 7 of Swords in reverse. So it seems to me that they have gotten through, you know, a difficult period where maybe somebody was sneaking around on them. Maybe they were doing the sneaking around. So what they're doing is being very open and honest and upfront. They're living their life in the public, not hiding things. Okay, so for card number 2, and what was their last relationship like? Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so their last relationship is over. that maybe they went through some changes and some cycles, but it is over. I mean, this is a good card, for this kind of a reading. The Wheel of Fortune would let me know that, hey, they understand that sometimes you're on top and sometimes you're on the bottom. It's not, every day doesn't go your way, that they're having a reversal of fortune. That's what they're experiencing right now. That's what their last relationship was. Maybe the last relationship wasn't so good, but they understand that it doesn't really mean anything. So for card number 3, what are they really looking for? What are they truly looking for in a relationship? Okay. Oh, nice. Okay, so Devil in reverse, they want a relationship that is free from codependency. They're looking for a relationship that's healthy and whole. They don't want to be in a relationship with anybody that has substance abuse issues. They want to be in a relationship that is free from being, they don't want to be controlled. They don't want to be in bondage. They don't want to have, have you ever had a relationship with somebody who's like dad and you already can tell, you already know they're not going to let you breathe. They're not going to let you be independent and unique. They're going to, you're going to be under their thumb. I've been through that. That's what they don't want. I know that energy. So they're looking for a relationship where each party can be free. I'm not saying like having relationships or cheating or anything, but where it's not control issues, because it could be that they were in a relationship with somebody who had massive insecurities, you know what I mean, that they just weren't addressing. And they were codependent. Okay, so what they're looking for is a healthy relationship free of those things. So for card number 4, and what the challenges are or the lessons they're still carrying. Okay, it doesn't have to mean that they're carrying it, but what they have worked through, what they're working through. Everybody's a work in progress. Almost. Wow. Oh boy, that's nice. We're going to take them both. Okay, so they are in their King of Swords energy. So they are learning to be in their, excuse me, in their power, to be very strong, very courageous. I mean, it could be an air sign. They're learning to manage their kingdom and their subjects fairly, and to speak and to be fair and kind. Okay, so I think they've worked through issues with definitely themselves being codependent, or with somebody who was codependent. And again, you wouldn't judge anybody by their past or whatever. They have worked through it. Everybody changes every day. Everybody, there's some sick people in the world. Okay, so now for what is the potential for success? It was rolling out in the reverse. I'm really not reading reversals that way. 10 of Swords in reverse. In the reverse, I think that there is great potential for new life. Do I think that it can go a distance? Let's pull another card. Because that is an odd card to see there. Let's see, excuse me. Yeah, they and that wanted to come out right there. I think that they're willing to work on a relationship while they work on themselves. I think that there's potential for a real work in progress. This isn't a reading to see what it will look like 60 days, 90 days, although I'd be looking at for about a year if I were going to say, yeah, that can go about a year. I mean, pentacles are years. I mean, it could go 8 years, but what does it look like? We don't really know until we get there. So let's look into what the outside noise is and what other people, stupid people, might say, about them or about you, generally, like what people could be saying from the outside. Ooh, you are the star I wished upon. A crow followed you 3 times in one day. That's just a cue for you. That's a sign. If you're seeing crows, this reading would be very significant. We hold the key to an unspoken prophecy. Very nice. Right on the devil. Beautiful. A mirror cracked without cause. Okay, so other people could step in to try to spook them about you, or spook you about them. Don't really listen. You were my wake-up call. Thank you. Right. Oh, did I not read the 10 of Cups in reverse? Did I not read card number 5? What will they like about you? I didn't read that, so I guess we'll just kind of, what they will like about you is that you're a free spirit, that you're not really bound to any particular type of tradition. Okay, I really get that wanting to be free energy. I can't control my impulsiveness. Oh, brother. Yeah, we know what that's like. And I wanted you isolated. Bullshit. I could already tell you. That's just like I said, I've designed that so that we can hear, get an idea for what other people, if they were to interfere, because that's why you don't talk to other people about your relationship. That's why you don't go pillow talking with people. That's why you don't get advice unless it's a very close friend. And I suggest that you stick with advice from people that you've never had a relationship with, and not somebody who's like a fanboy, fangirl, or they're going to give you the shittiest advice unless you like drama and that's what you want. I don't get dramatics from this person. Okay, so let's get a couple of signifiers there. I saw Puerto Rico there. There's neighbor. This isn't supposed to be, and nobody has ritualistic. That's not supposed to be in there. Okay. Somebody's a cock blocker. Okay, so they could be like, no, this person's mine. If you're a female, stay away. This could be a person of air. Oh, you might meet this person by Halloween. Okay, if you're single and out there or accessible. Okay, let's get a couple more. I'm going to leave it. That's from a different deck, but I'm going to leave it. A sperm gargling slut Libra. How about that? Maybe their ex is the sperm gargling slut Libra. And we'll leave that one in there too. Maybe their ex is an emotional prick-faced Cancer. All right, Leo. That is your reading. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do Virgo in here. So let me just kind of, I really wanted to get Virgo in on this one because it's probably going to be, you know, could be split into two. I really want to avoid that. Okay, so Cancer, Leo, Virgo. Yes. Okay. So Virgo, okay, let me see. Let me make a note of it. 111, just in case. Okay, Virgo. Wow. Virgo, your next person wants to come to you easily. Okay, so Virgo. Get your oracle card. Because you're Virgo, we're going to take them both. There's two. Laugh. Somebody could be an actor. Maybe the person coming towards you is an actor. Maybe you are an actor, actress. And feed your spirit. The number 8, the number 47 could be significant. 47 plus 8 could be significant. 748, I don't know, made me want to say, you know, maybe 847. Okay. All right. So for your relationship situation, Virgo. All right, Virgo. So, you know, you need to laugh more. Maybe the person coming in is going to make you laugh. Okay. And speed your speed. Maybe they're coming in speedy, and feed your spirit. Okay. This is more about like where are you at? Little omen for us. Relationship situation, career or work demands overshadowed love. I can see that. I can see that. Okay, so maybe you're so busy that love can't come in, but it's coming, honey. Okay, so let's get your 6 cards. So what are they up to right now? What are they up to right now? Let me just give them one of these shuffles. I played the piano too long today. My hands are just aching. Okay. Maybe you play the piano, Virgo. All right. So what are they up to right now? Oh, so they're getting brave, are they? You know, you could be, maybe the person coming towards you, Virgo, is a Leo, doesn't have to be, could be law enforcement officer, doesn't have to be. They're just getting brave now. That's what they're up to right now. They're getting brave. They're working it, because looking right at your cards, working up the courage. All right, card number 2. What was their last relationship like? A non-starter, you know, maybe somebody was just like trying to ride the wand and, you know, or just maybe it was a sexless relationship and it went nowhere. All right. It was a non-start. It really didn't get off the ground too far. And if it did, I don't know. It just seems to have never really been deep. Okay, so for card number 3, what are they looking for in their next Whoa, Virgo. Okay, so they're looking for healing. They would like healing in their next relationship. They're looking for that. They're hoping that the divine brings them the right person, and it looks like, yes, they do. Okay, so they're going to get their wish. Okay, they're looking for a very nurturing, healing situation. They're looking for a wish come true. For card number 4, and what are the challenges or lessons that they're still carrying? Okay, take it easy on people because everybody's learning. They are pushing through something, whether, they're burdened by their last relationship or a business, whatever it is, because I see a lot of businesses back there. Somebody could live in the desert. Somebody could have 10 wands. Okay, so they're pushing forward. And for card number 5, and what will they like about you? All right, card number 5, what are they going to like about you? Huh. Whoa. Boy, I had the cards pop here, so I'm going to have to, and it distracted me. And one flew now they're in the wrong, facing the wrong way. Let me fix that because one flew all the way over here. They're looking for somebody who's level-headed. They're looking for somebody who's not rushing things. They like you because you're level-headed. They like you because you're not going to rush. They like you because you think before you speak. They like the fact that that you're sorry about saying a couple of times. I hate it, They like that you are slow and steady and slow to anger. Okay, if you anger at all. What Virgo? Like, we don't get angry. I'm a Virgo rising. It's like, I'm past that part. Yeah, unless you're really pissed me off. Okay, past the point of triviality, though. So for card number 6, and what is the potential for success here? Ooh. We have the High Priestess. That would be a yes for me, but it is kind of like I have to give the unknown value. Like, whatever it is, when this relationship comes in, you need to not tell people about it. Do you hear me? Okay, so let's get some conversation. Whoops, dropped one. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's see what the naysayers, the haters, and the random bitches are going to say when they find out about your relationship, because, inevitably they will. I'm just saying, don't put it out there like you don't need to. Ooh, okay, so one of the haters could be your ex. I wish I'd taken the time to get to know you. Well, too late. Your friendship meant nothing to me. Probably true. I take my insecurities out on others. Probably true, or they could say that your new person does. I am deeply insecure. Yeah, I'll believe that too. They're going to say that your person's insecure or that whatever. It could be, I'm getting your ex here. You're too independent for me. They're going to say that you're too independent. Well, here it looks like they like independent, okay? They don't want to be burdened. You let me go so easily. Oh, brother, we're just going to, I stabbed you in the back after I stabbed you in the front. I don't like your ex, Virgo. I do not like your ex. Okay, that sounds like an ex of mine. No, thank you. Okay, now let's get some indicators for who this person is. And again, like I said, I'm just telling you, I'm making a suggestion that whenever you meet this person, all right, that you don't, just don't. You don't need to tell everybody. That's all I'm saying. You keep it to yourself. Botox may be significant. Don't be putting needles in your face, okay? You do what you want. This is about your new person. Talks about you behind your back. Baloney. That sounds like it's other people. In fact, that doesn't belong here, so I'm taking it out with ritualistic abuse. Maybe your ex was in some coven or cult. Okay, Toyota, Aichi Prefecture, Japan. So your new lover could be from Japan, or they could be Asian, if you're into that kind of thing. Michigan could be significant. I told you some of them could be funny. Somebody picks their nose in public. Whoops, I'm dropping them now. We'll take them. Psychic could be significant. A ship captain could be significant. You could be a housewife, or housewife is significant. But remember, this is about your next person. 3 to 5 months could be significant. Let's get a couple more because you're Virgo and, we're already there. A getaway vehicle. This isn't supposed to be there. Maybe you got away from somebody who was nuts. Okay, just not okay. Let's see. Let's pick a few more. Well, that was the wrong orientation. A healer could be significant, a nurse, doctor, or a therapist. You could be, or they could be. I saw that cruise again. Look at Born at Sea. This could be somebody who's in the military. It was a military brat. Oh, wrong orientation. A restaurant could be significant. I'm just looking at that clock. I'm going to kind of let it run out while I do this. You are protected by angels. All right. The letter S could be significant. Oh, okay. We'll take it. That's not supposed to be in there. Maybe your ex was a fucking player. Maybe you laugh about it now like I do. Just laugh because you'll live longer. All right. Let's see. Anything? Well, 2015 could be significant. These are in the wrong. We'll take this one because it fell. A dentist could be significant. Oh, I saw a Chevy there. I know I did. All right. Whoa, January could be significant in the afternoon. All right. Moving right along. I don't know. I'm just going to, okay, so 1/20/24. If I can get Libra in here, I will. Let's see. We already did. Oh, because I didn't sort these. I think I was letting it go. All right. These are not in any fancy order now. That's okay. I just needed, I'll sort these later. And I'll pull them out if, okay. Let's try to get Libra in here, see what my camera does. Okay. Virgo, it looks really good for you. Okay. Let the pet continue to laugh at the past. How about that? And anybody who's your hater isn't in your life anymore, right? Anybody, like anybody who would speak ill of you or treat you like crap, you, if you're young, maybe you haven't learned this, but I will tell you this. It doesn't matter. They don't matter. If you keep them in your life, then they matter because they're there making your life hell. All right, Libra. Okay, Libra, let me see. 121. All right, the number 21 could be significant to you. And let's get your oracle card. Who's your next person going to be? Lovely Libra. Gosh, I've never had my camera go this long. Okay, so time for crayons. The letter R could be significant, Libra. Time for crayons. Maybe you're an artist. And let's get your relationship situation so that we can get a clue about what it is that you need to release. Okay, time for crayons. R. Number 6 could be significant. The letter R could be significant to you. Whoa. Your next relationship and what it is that you need to release before they come in. And we have relationship situation, career or work demands, overshadowed love. So you got to make sure that you're not overworking, or, you know, maybe you were just with the person who was more interested in making pentacles and working than working with you, you know, because it's very rare that you find a Libra that's really over-focused. Like Libra loves love. Libra is ruled by Venus, you know, when they're, oh, maybe we're dealing with a negative Libra. Lord have mercy. Okay, that's the worst. Like air signs when they're negative, like it's very, like for us earthbenders, like, no, okay, we don't. We're earth angels. We don't play those games. All right, so Libra, let's get the 6 cards for these different situations. So card 1 for your new person. What are they up to right now? Oh, wait, let's give it another. Try not to bang them around and hurt your pretty little ears, Libra, because I know that could be there. You know, we'll see in post-production how loud that really is. Okay, so for card number 1, what are they up to right now? Well, you know, they're coming out of a cycle. They've ended a cycle, and, you know, they've learned their different karmic lessons. Wheel of Fortune is karma, so the person is coming towards you. I mean, they could be an Aquarius, a Scorpio, a Taurus or a Leo. Okay, so let's see. I almost said Aries. All right, so card number 2. And what was their last relationship like? Don't focus on the old relationships. This is just for fun. Well, it seemed like, that's two major arcana. So they're ending major cycles. You could also, with that energy, be ending major cycles, but this is about the new person coming in. So they just are seeing things from a different point of view. And they see that, yeah, it's better to get out of that relationship than to stay into something. I don't know why I'm getting that. It was like like almost like they were in the upside down. Isn't that funny? Okay, so for card number 3, what they are truly looking for in their next relationship, they're looking for some romance, a little fun. This feels very lighthearted. You could have blonde hair. You could have junk in your trunk. Okay, so you could be a little bit heavier. You could have a fish in your cup. All right, don't have to be male or female, but I'm just looking at the cards. You could also wear your fishnets up above your navel. Okay. All right. So they're looking for some fun. That's good for you because you like fun. Now, I didn't ask the question. Okay, so now what do we have for card number 4? What are the challenges or lessons they're still carrying? We're going to take the top one there. Ace of Swords in reverse. They're learning how to be honest and direct. They're learning that the truth will set them free. So maybe they were dishonest in a relationship or somebody was dishonest with them. Okay, Page of Pentacles in reverse for card number 5. What they will like about you. So they'll like that you're not, this seems like a very lighthearted, not long-lasting, but very fun. I'm getting fling energy, just flingy. Libras love that. Libras love flings, unless they're, depends on your natal chart and what your placements are. Don't get crazy. But Libras love flings. They love flirting. They love all of that. And so what is the potential for success? We have the World. So it's already kind of like a cycle that's already over. So I'm definitely getting the vibe that this is a relationship that will be a fling if you would like to indulge. And let's get some conversation cards just to see. Okay. What will the hater say about this? Well, not much. It won't be too relevant, right? Because you're not going to be in this one too long. It's just going to be, it's a good time, whatever, you know what I mean? You don't have to sleep with anybody. Just because you date somebody, you don't have to sleep with them. Okay. Make those things clear. And that's up to you what you do beyond that. I'm not going to ever tell a Libra because Libra is a lot of fun. Okay. So what the haters are going to say is she was doing spell work on you and doing love spells and domination spells on me. Okay, so what? Somebody's going to say, oh, yeah, you don't want to be with that person because fuck that, okay? Like, look, and if they're listening to it, there's something wrong with them. I have lied to the brotherhood, there's 2, about you, but now they don't believe me. Stop exposing me. That's stupid. Okay, sounds like a bunch of conspiracy theorists. I'm not saying that these things do exist, but it is much more rare than you would ever believe. Okay. Oh my God! That's the same word twice! Okay, are you saying that, Libra? Are you saying that somebody's doing spell work on you and doing love spells? Libra, you're excitable. Okay. It's a fling, so this isn't going to matter too much, okay? And for Libra, you don't really like it heavy. Please hear me out. Okay, so maybe your ex or other people can be like, please listen to me because I think the new person that you're having a fling with is a wizard and he's harvesting your energy and he's about to transact on your organs. It does happen. Okay, so I'm more attracted to you now than I was before. Sounds like a love bomber. Let's get another one in there. I know you don't trust me. Well, hey, okay, look, if they say that you're not trustworthy and this is a fling, what do you care? I'm not saying the words one night stand, but I am saying I don't want that for you. I'm not saying that's okay I don't like that for anybody. That's not good. That's not healthy. You could get sick. Please don't. Okay, so because you're watching my damn video, then I'm going to say it to you. Please don't engage in anything like that. It is not good for you. It's not healthy. It's not good for your spirit. It's bad for you. It is bad for you. That's sacred energy. This is coming from, I'm a fucking Shaolin monk. I just go years and years. One time I went 6 years without having sex with anybody or dating anybody at all. And then as soon as I did date, it was a disaster. I ended up married and it was awful. Okay, so I had to learn moderation. Like, yeah, no, I can't become my mother. And just because everybody thinks they're supposed to be married. Okay, let's see if we can get Scorpio in here. Okay, for Scorpio. Wait. No. Libra, the person you're going to have a fling with. I forgot to do this. Okay, the fling for the thing that isn't going to last. Okay. All right. Let's just get some traits. These could be stupid. They could be funny. 2015, that showed up. Oh, I told you guys I hadn't really sorted these, so I may have to sort some of these out from the last reading. Okay. No. Botox is significant. Don't put needles in your face. Somebody's got dry skin. Okay. A 747 is significant for the relationship that won't last. Oh my freaking God, like a embarrassing horror. This person's going to have an R name. It's a relationship that won't last. They're on an airplane. They're a pilot. 2015 is significant, and they have Botox. And this one we already pulled, so let me take it out of there. Picks their nose in public. We already said that. Okay, so this person, this is the one that's not going to last. Okay. Okay. They got to do something special here. I know there's a lot of weirdness in here. Somebody who's dehydrated and never drinks water is significant. The year 2027 in the future is significant, but I don't think that's about this relationship. I think that this is about you. You are protected by angels. Something's in the woods. Maybe those organs. I don't know. Let's see. We'll take this one because it's upside down. Somebody has dirty, greasy hair. And someone is a life path one. Your soul wants to be ambitious. And in fact, it is highly motivated and strong, but also a little pushy. You are a natural leader. And if you've already attained a position of leadership, you're on the right track. If not, work towards your goal. It's something you can definitely achieve. Okay, so let's get a couple more because this is a fling. These are all in the wrong orientation. Somebody's a private detective. It's not going to last. So who cares? They could be a younger man. They could be a sorcerer. That's a really famous song. The Sorcerer. Okay. Let's get a couple more. They could be from a fucking island. Okay. They could be associated with an island. Is there more than one there? And they could have silver hair. Okay, Libra. Now we've taken care of it. Look, enjoy your fling, but don't tell your mother. Could you please not do that? I'm not your mother either, so I shouldn't say that. But can I just say that from a spiritual perspective, that's not good for you, Libra. I don't wish that for you. Okay? I don't wish that for you. Okay, don't do it. Like, just go out, have them buy you dinner, and then tell them to leave you the hell alone. Okay. Let me organize a little bit because maybe we will have room to do Scorpio in here. Oh, Lord. Okay, let's try. Okay, Scorpio. That was funny with Libra. That was just wait. Libras are fucking funny. So it's funny to me that we get a funny Libra who's going to have a fling with somebody who like it, whatever. Like have them buy you dinner, Libra. Okay, this is Scorpio. We've only had one fling show up in these readings so far, and we're already on Scorpio. Scorpio, remember to breathe. The number 10 could be significant to you. 1010 could be significant to you. For your relationship situation, this is just going to tell us what you need to work on to let go. Can't believe this is still recording. Oh, but that's good because it's less work for me. All right. I mean, it's a lot of work. Okay, so Scorpio. Relationship situation. I want someone who feels like a dream, who understands my sensitivity, and who believes in love as a spiritual journey. You could be a Pisces riding. Somebody's riding something. Somebody's riding a bike. Somebody rides a motorcycle. I don't know. But Pisces could be Pisces. You could have Pisces highly aspected in your chart, either by placement of objects or by aspect. Okay. Sun, moon, rising, whatever you want to call it. All right, Scorpio. So what you're working on is to accept your sensitivity, and it's pretty straightforward. Somebody who accepts you for who you are, treats you with kindness and sensitivity. Just because we're a Scorpion doesn't mean we really want to be. I'm a Scorpio. I don't want to sting anybody. I'm like, Scorpio doesn't want to sting itself. And this is part of that process that people don't understand about Scorpio. Scorpio doesn't want to sting itself. It doesn't want to sting you. It doesn't want to sting itself. If it stings itself, it's going to die. You know what I mean? What Scorpio wants is to evolve above and beyond the eagle so that it can transform, become the rising phoenix. Okay. Scorpio's very, very deep, very psychic, very intuitive, but people don't understand. Okay. Like I tell people, everybody thinks that Scorpios are like the sexiest one. Okay, so maybe we're sexy, but they, who are the biggest whores in the Zodiac? They're always air signs. Okay, that little joke there, but it's true. Okay, so for the first card, let's see. What are they up to right now? Your new person. What is your new person? The next person coming in. Who's your new lover, Scorpio? Oh, somebody in law enforcement. I'm going to take this one. The person who's coming into you, where they're at, what they're doing, they're in law enforcement. They could be in law enforcement. And did you hear that I said writing? It was already showing up. I said writing. I said writing. Didn't I say writing? Writing, Pisces. Yeah. Okay, so I'm not thinking straight here. The Chariot, I'm focused on that Chariot. So what are they up to right now? They're probably a cop. They could be riding a bike. They could be working on any number of things. They may be stopped and paused and not moving forward with something right now. Like they literally could have parked their bike, stopped basically forward movement so that, and it could be that they're not feeling victorious right now. Like maybe they're not having the best time or they don't feel like a winner. Okay. So for card number 2, what was their last relationship like with the 3 of Wands? Well, there was one too many, right? Because if we don't have 4, we don't have a house. And if we have 3, that sure ain't 2. Okay, so I think that they realized that it was never going to I mean, like, you know what I'm thinking about that? They could have, their last relationship could have been with somebody who's in jail or in prison. You know what I mean? Like they could have that's every time I see the stripes on the sphinxes, that's what I get. Okay. So the 3 of Wands, it just wasn't going anywhere. It could have been one too many. Or it's like, you don't fit into my plans. Okay. That's what their last relationship was like. So for card number 3, what are they truly looking for in their next relationship? I'm not taking that because it didn't flip. Hang on. Didn't flip right. But these don't want to be right. You could have interference, Scorpio. Somebody could try to interfere, but we're going to address that. Doesn't matter. That's up to them to deal with their crap. And if anybody tries to interfere for them, you need to handle your stuff. You need to keep people out of your relationships. Okay. Okay. So what is it where were we? Okay, so what are they looking for in their next relationship? Oh. Okay, so we have the King of Pentacles upright. They could be a King of Pentacles. Doesn't have to be somebody associated with business, finance, real estate, just stable. They could be, an earth sign. Okay, so what they're looking for is somebody who is stable, somebody who's in their power, somebody who's not immature. They don't want immature. They want somebody who's comfortable being at home, at peace, with nature, very natural. Very steady. Okay, so card number 4. What are the challenges that they're still carrying? What they're learning? Knight of Swords. So, they're still pretty aggressive. They could be coming at you pretty aggressively, or maybe they were dealing with somebody who was aggressive, but that's very fast. Maybe they're working through learning to slow their roll. Okay, I didn't ask a question, dang it. Okay, so for card number 5, what will they like about you? What is it that they're going to really like? They're going to really like that you're strong, but you know how to be soft, that makes sense with that kind of card, that you know how to be vulnerable, that you're not weak, but you do understand vulnerability, that you know how to be tender, that you don't have to tame every beast, that you're comfortable with your weaknesses. They're going to like the fact that you're real, that you don't pretend to be something that you're not, that you don't have to be Wonder Woman. There's no such thing as Wonder Woman, okay? We say that colloquially, but there isn't. Just like there's no Superman, okay? We're here on this planet. Okay, so for card number 6, and what is the potential for success? Excuse me. Whoa. Okay, so... So Scorpio, don't let this thing get away from you, because some of you could end up pregnant. That is a wand. I see it that way with the strength, and I see that man up there. This could get sexual very quickly. Like, slow this down, because you don't want to overcomplicate it before you really get to know a person. I'm just, my suggestion. Okay, they're very sexy though. I like that wand. That's a nice wand. I don't remember what wands look like. Okay, look, so I'm gonna get excited. Look, this is what I remember about wands. It's okay, my magic wand. It's Halloween. Okay. So this is what the haters might say, what the haters could be hating and stating and whatever. They're just stupid dumbasses. Okay, so my heart is broken and you're not here to fix it. Here goes your ex, Scorpio. Or one of them. You took my person and now I must end you. Sounds like their ex, Scorpio. Okay, and now I never let you see the real me. Well, too late. It's straight now, so I don't have to see you. Or people are going to say that the person that you're with now is a phony or a fraud, whatever. Fuck them. Okay, I love your trust in Jesus. Oh, that's nice. I would like to know more about your relationship with him. So the person that you're going to meet, I think that at least maybe look, this looks like it's one side of the fence and maybe this is the other. There was the haters, and I think that maybe their people or their family, or maybe that person wants to ask you about your relationship with your Savior, with Jesus. I'm doing come to me smells. Well, there spells. Well, there goes, that blows it. Wait, hang on just a second.